One of the things that I've recognized or noticed on my journey this year is that this book, which is a physical book, is spiritual. First thing that you need to understand is that the owner of this book is an unseen God, His Spirit. So His truth will be hidden from our physical eyes. We are destroyed due to the lack of knowledge. Another verse says that we shall know the truth and the truth will set us free. We shall know the word and the truth that we meditate on will set us free. I started to realize that it is only God who gives you a heart to perceive, ears to hear spiritually, eyes to see through what is in front of you, like through whatever object or person is in front of you. It is only God who can give you spiritual eyes to see through an individual, a situation. Like you and I, we can sit together in the same room during a sermon, depending where we are spiritually and how intentional we are with our journey with the Lord. I can leave the sermon feeling like I did not hear anything, I did not get anything. However, you can leave the service with so much spiritual wisdom, spiritual insight. Regardless if we were sitting next to each other, heart posture is important. God looks at the heart. I wasn't able to know God's truth because of where I was. When I used to open the Bible before, I wasn't intentional about knowing God's character and knowing God's nature and truth. I just wanted to know where specific verses are. So it was all about me and my ego, nothing to do with the Lord. I wanted to be known as someone who is serious about their journey. The intentionality wasn't there. God wasn't the reason I'm reading the Bible. I wasn't interested in knowing His character, His truth and nature. It was all about Pam. So God hid Himself. He hides Himself. I used to even use reading the Bible to fall asleep. It was that bad. Like if I wanted to fall asleep, I would read the Bible. I was failing to understand that the person that I'm leaving behind, that I'm not including on this journey, is the one who gives true understanding, who gives spiritual wisdom, spiritual knowledge. There's a difference between reading your Bible just to know the truth and reading the Bible to do what it says. Because He sees your heart, He can see if you are going to read and do what He says here. We are called not only to read, but to read and do what it says. I wasn't in a place of being fully obedient to His word. I needed to be in a position where I was willing to do exactly what it says. So the minute I decided to take my walk seriously, God was able to reveal His face to me, because He knew I was in the position of fully obeying what it says. He knew deep down I was willing to do what is right. I was seeking to know His character and His will for my life. If you are not enjoying the Bible, you're not gonna be consistent reading it every day, because you are not gaining the understanding. Instead, you are falling asleep like how I used to fall asleep. I was very transparent with Him. I wanted to know His character. I wanted to know His nature. So I had a conversation with Him. I was like, I want to know You. I want to know Your will for my life, because I've tried living my life and it did not work. So let's do it Your way. Reveal Your character to me and Your nature, so that I can properly discern things. Give me spiritual eyes to see through things, through conversation and people. And He was able to give me a heart to perceive, eyes to see, spiritual ears to hear His word properly and understand and grasp His truth. Our human intellect alone is not enough to know His truth, His will for our lives and His purpose. So if it doesn't give God's character, nature, I am not partaking in it. It has to have His face on it, have His character and nature for me to pursue it, for me to engage with it, for me to even pay attention to it. It becomes very easy to discern when you know his character, and you can only know God's character and nature when you are constantly reading the word. We are no longer suffering from spiritual blindness, spiritual deafness. So as we are going into a new year, 2025, I would advise you to seek the Lord diligently, seek his truth, character and nature. Be honest with him, sit with him and ask him to reveal himself, reveal his will for your life. Ask him to lead you, guide you to your destiny. And you can only know that if you read your word. It's all in here. I've been able to properly align myself with his will lately because I've been consistent with his word. We are being destroyed due to the lack of knowledge, and the knowledge is God. The truth of the world is not the truth of God. And if you solely depend on the truth of the world, you are going to stay depressed and anxious. Since I've been seeking God's truth, like nothing sticks. Like every negativity that I get from people, from things, does not stick because I know the truth. So I am free. I am free from depression and anxiety. I do get depressed for like few minutes, but God always collects me. He always collects me with his word. He will drop a verse and I'll be so motivated, encouraged. I do not last an hour in depression. My anxiety does not last long because I know God's truth. I highly recommend it. We wake up in the morning, the devil is already whispering lies in our ears. So in order for you to avoid having a bad day, being depressed and being anxious, first thing in the morning, do your devotional or read your Bible. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.